What is up? I'm Leonard here, driving to my network meeting, and I want to do a quick video on the 3 tips to better networking. And I started in sales about 4 years ago, and one of the first things I started doing was networking. That's really what you have to do in sales, but when I say networking, I joined my local Chamber of Commerce. Chamber of Commerce is where local businesses get together, try to promote business within each other, or within the city, or within the community, and really just try to make business connections, and try to help each other out. And one of the main things I guess I realized when I started doing this was that it kind of seemed like everybody was trying to sell each other, and that's not really the best way to do it. But anyway, that's not the point. The point is that I have 3 tips here to make networking worth your while. And the first tip is going to be participation. You have to participate, and it's not limited to just going to the monthly meetings, although that is a step further than, let's face it, probably 90% of folks out there that should be there, which I guess that's up for debate. But I think that being a little bit more involved is always a good thing. Being more involved in the community, whether it's perception from other folks that see you, or just being involved in community events and being seen and heard, always a good thing for relationships, sales, friendships, you name it, really all the above. And then just doing positive stuff in the community that comes with the participation within the chamber. They kind of just go hand in hand, because where I'm from, Davison, Lapeer, Michigan, everything that the chamber does is related to the community, so you really can't go wrong with that aspect. So that's definitely a big deal. And number 2 kind of goes back to, I feel like everybody treats it like they need to sell each other on their particular product, and you kind of have to think a little bit outside the box, right? Because each person there has their own individual their group of people, their network. Sorry, that was the word I was searching for. Every person there has their own network, and really the goal is to take everyone's network and be able to kind of link them together in one way or another. So, maybe that car insurance guy, he has somebody calling for him for a quote, or they just totaled their car, and he knows, he can call me, and I can help him out, help his customer out, and then in turn I'm gonna wanna do that favor back for him by helping him out. And obviously it helps to have a personal relationship with these people beforehand, but I tell you what, you want to start a friendship, get somebody business. That really speeds up the process. If you hand somebody a hot lead on a customer, they are usually pretty happy to see you the next time they see you. So that's definitely part of it. And what I find is important is not only knowing what other people's perfect customer is, or most common customer is, but letting other people know what my most common customer is. I sell cars, and I feel like most people, when they say, oh yeah, I'll tell somebody, I'll if I know somebody's in the market, I'll let them know to see you. I feel like what their thought is they're waiting for somebody to walk up to them and say, hey, I'm looking for a car. Do you know anybody that sells? Or do you know where I can find a good deal or something like that? And, don't get me wrong. There's situations out there like that. There's people out there that, ask their friends, hey, do you know someone good to talk to, or so on and so forth. But that's not the majority of the folks that I end up working with. It's the folks that I end up working with are, they're upside down on their trade-in, meaning that they owe a lot more than their vehicle's worth, and they have to get out of it. That's kind of a tough situation that most folks don't really know how to address, as well as being in a lease and possibly being over on their miles, and just trying to figure out kind of what to do to resolve that at the end of the lease. And that's just a couple common things with my business that is very common, that folks are asking me, that probably most people that I walk up to wouldn't think to mention that. Or customers come up to me when say they're going from an SUV, or going to an SUV from a car, if they're having kids, that sort of thing. Those are really probably my most common customers are going to be going from a sedan to a SUV because having kids. So new baby's 1, coming out of a lease is 2, and owes a lot of money on their vehicle, 3. Those are 3 of the most common people that walk through my door that I help solve problems with. And there's many more, many other types of customers, but those are just the ones that are very common to me that I want others to know that I can help out. And I think in turn that's kind of what you need to do with other folks that you meet. If you want to be a part of their network, if you want to be able to, I guess, take advantage of their network, you need to know what those people are to them. You need to know what their top 3 most common customers are, so that you can refer those folks over to your now friend from your local chamber of commerce, or wherever it may be, if you're in a BNI group or whatever. I know there's some different rules out there, but we'll just stick to the Chamber of Commerce for now. That's where I belong, and I really prefer that. So that's number 2. And then number 3 is really it's to become a center of influence is going to be the third way to really make the most of being in one of these, being involved in the community like this. So what that means is, I'm an ambassador. In the chamber, they have different layers, I guess. You have your members, you have your ambassadors, you have your board members, and then there's upper chairs of the board members, and each of those spots is a position of influence. It goes as small as just having your picture up in the chamber office. I'm in that office personally at least once a month, if not more, and walk in there, and you walk by, and subconsciously you're seeing these people's faces, names, thinking about their business, and so on. So that's certainly a big deal. And I kind of snagged that keyword, that centers of influence, from Gary Vee. It's kind of more of an Instagram term that you use for having a lot of friends. But that's kind of the same way as this works with doing these chamber deals. I mean, it's really just about talking to a lot of people. I mean, it really helps to be a personable person, but really you're just trying to bring value to as many people as you can. You know, you're finding out how you can help the most people, and also a part of this kind of being a center of influence is you're also able to, you know, maybe give a speech at your meeting, a 10 or 15 minute speech, and kind of the best thing I like about these speeches, it's not really a keynote speech. I don't think that's necessarily the right term, but the best thing about giving one of these speeches, I feel, is that you're in front of, you know, 60 people at a time. It obviously depends on the size of your community, but you're in front of 60 people, maybe it's 600 people at a time, and you're able to communicate your message to all these people at the same time. At the same time, they're able to get to know you a little bit better because their focus is on you and what you're saying. So anyway, that's my 3 tips to better networking. I hope you enjoyed the video. Take a look at a few more. I'll probably do some more networking videos. I know this isn't really my usual gig, but I'm on my way to my meeting right now, so I figured it was a good time to talk about that. So anyway, like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what videos you would like to see otherwise, and hope you have an awesome day. Thanks.